Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode number 33 of Finem with me, MOTDF. So, I am feeling pretty good, guys. I seem to have finally gotten completely over my cold that I had for, well, it was hanging on for quite a while now. And I got some stuff planned to do with you guys today. First things first is, we ran into a little bit of a problem. And I'm going to show you why. So, if you guys remember, at the end of last episode, I had this hardened cache sitting where this chest was, and it was auto-feeding into this chemical decomposer, which was then sucking out automatically using this item conduit into our massive storage drawer system. Well, funny thing is, we produced a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of stuff. For instance, I have 2 emerald upgrades in this one, and 1 emerald upgrade equals roughly 32 times, I believe, the storage space of the base. So each of these drawers is 124, which is 8 stacks. So 32 times 32 times 8, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in there. And it's completely full. I actually had to put in another spot of iron up above. Now, the original issue with this is when I was placing it into the system, it just started randomly assigning spots when it overfilled. And so from this top corner right here, all the way to about here, this kind of ring here, was completely full of random chemicals just mishmashed. Also, there was random chemicals mixed in all the way up here. And, of course, there was also random chemicals over here. It took me about 4 hours of pretty much right-click Simulator 2017 in order to get this all sorted out. I literally had to go to each door and I'm like, okay, take out all the stacks of iron and put the stacks of iron where they belong. It took a long time, guys. Also, I added some obsidian upgrades to these drawers here. So these are, again, working on filling up, but we have over 10,000 of all of this stuff, which is really, really good. I'm really happy about that. It's producing stuff really, really well. We have over 40,000 stone plus another 4,096. So we have pretty much all the stone we could possibly want. I could hook it back up to, again, auto do, but I am dreadfully nervous of redoing exactly what I did before. So one thing that we can do about that is we can invest some resources into making void upgrades for these. But at the same time, I don't know that I want to waste the energy that I would be wasting to produce things that I would then just be voiding. It doesn't make much sense to me. So I think for the time being, I'm just going to hold off on the auto production of resources. If we start getting low on iron again, then I'll probably turn it back on. But we're doing pretty good on resources, guys. We're doing actually really, really good on resources. Also, our pure Fluix crystals finished growing while I was doing all of that. I also kind of went through and organized all the areas of this wall, which actually looks pretty good. You got, all the open computer stuff in here, and then you start getting into the mechanism components, and then the I want to say refined storage, but I know that's not the name of the mod. Applied Energistics 2 stuff, and then it just kind of gets into conduits, and then just other random mismatch stuff, and then we have all of our trees and stuff, and we have all of our blocks and ingots and all that stuff that we create down over there. So this is looking pretty good. I'm really, really happy with this. But something I've been wanting to do for a long time now, and we're finally going to do it today because I finally figured out how, thank you Landstrider by the way, is we're going to make some animals. I have all the stuff all set out here. So first things first, let's get into the quest book. I have 7 quests. Holy cow. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go into civilization, and then we're going to make some cows. I believe this is the task that we've already selected, so we need to put 64 protein, 16 leather, 8 soy milk, and 16 bones per cow. Now, for the cows, I've decided I want to make 4 of them because it'll make breeding them up faster. And that's what we want to do. We want to have as many cows as we can possibly have. For the other 3 animals that we're going to produce, which is sheep, chickens, and pigs respectively, we're going to do 2. That way we have a breeding pair and we can work our way up from there. But I think that this is a good start. And there's my soy milk. So let's go ahead and jump in. So to do this, we need to put these guys into this QSD. So if we take a look, right, you can see it's ticking up now. So you actually have to pipe the stuff in. So like I could use an item conduit and set it to extract from the iron chest and insert into the quantum digital synthesizer, or I could just use a hopper. And the hopper's easier because then I can just kind of keep track of everything that I'm doing. And this will tick up over time, and there we go. Our leather is going in. Now our soy milk. Oh, nope, our bones were next. And that's finished, and now it's our soy milk. All right, claim reward. Nice. There we go. We have a spawn cow. We have a spawn cow. Now, does this... Okay, so this stays bound to the quest until I bind it to something else. That is exceptionally useful to know. So I'm going to go ahead and finish making the cows, and then we'll take a look at what it takes to make the other animals. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. So the next thing we're going to do is the sheep. You guys kind of got the idea of what we were doing with the cows. You know, we stick it into the thing and it processes its way through. It's pretty straightforward. So for the sheep, you do 32 protein, 16 wool, and 16 bones per sheep. So this is enough for 2 sheep, so we'll have a breeding pair. And then for the chickens, it's 8 protein, 32 feathers, and 4 bones per chicken. Again, another breeding pair. And then finally, pigs is another 64, so 32 each. 8 pink dye, and 8 bones. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys done. I'm going to then head down and spawn them, and then we're going to take a look at some of the other things that I have planned for today. I got some pretty big plans. I hope that it all works, honestly, because that's kind of what I'm nervous about. But if it all works, it'll be awesome. So I'll see you guys in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get these animals set up. 1, 2, 3, 4 cows. Look at that. 1, 2 chickens, 2 pigs, and 2 sheep. There we go. We are so good. Ooh. I feel like this isn't bright enough. Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah, so we've got the cows, and we've got the sheep and pigs and chicken. And this is wonderful, guys. This, honestly, I'm super happy about this, because this will allow us to produce a lot of resources that we were otherwise having issues producing, such as leather, at a much faster and much more reasonable rate and price. Because I got to tell you guys, crafting up the keratin that we needed in order to make the leather for these cows, that took forever. It was awful. It was absolutely, absolutely awful. But on the bright side, it's done. We got the cows, and I'm happy. So now in vanilla Minecraft, if you want to breed your cows, you got to feed them, the wheat. And if you want to breed the chickens, you got to feed them seeds and stuff like that. But I found a block from Mine Factory Reloaded called a breeder. Breeder, breeder. There we go. So what it does is it uses 640 RF per work. I don't know what that means. I'm not super familiar with Factory Reloaded. I'm assuming it's per tick or per time that it cycles. So like each time it feeds a cow in order to breed it, it uses 450 RF. That's got to be what it is, I'm assuming. But to craft it is a little interesting. So the first thing we're going to need is a zombie electrode, but we're also going to need 2 golden carrots and a golden apple. Now, golden apples are arguably one of the best food sources in base Minecraft, although in modern Minecraft they're really not that great. Same with golden carrots. So to make a golden apple, all you do is you take an apple and you wrap gold around it. I'm sure you guys have seen that before, and golden carrot is just a carrot with golden nuggets around it. Super, super easy. And we have plastic sheets and purple dye. That's not too bad. We've made machine chassis before, but the zombie electrode is something new. It requires an industrial capacitor and 2 energetic alloy along with a zombie head. So I figured we would do that one together real quick, because I've never used the zombie electrode before. This is something new to me, but I definitely want to check it out with you guys. I assume it just works the same way everything else from Ender IO works, as far as it's processing pretty much the same speed as the resonating Ender or any of the other zombie Franken zombies or anything else like that we've made. So let's go ahead and grab out this stuff. We got to go over to this room real quick because I put our golden carrots and golden apple in the freezer, because I've figured out that the freezers actually keep good food good permanently. So then we'll go ahead and I can't shift click it. So a couple of those guys there, that there, this goes there, golden apple on the top, and 2 golden carrots, and then 2 plastic sheets, and then we have a breeder. So let's stick this guy down and take a look at it. Okay. So it has an inventory. It has an energy buffer. It has a work filter. And then it's got an idle filter. So it must have like a cooldown in between work cycles. So what it'll do is it'll charge up, and then it'll slowly work its way up to a work. And then after work, it'll be 200 ticks where it's idle before it does another work. So that's interesting. And I assume we have to put the wheat and the seeds and all the other stuff like that inside the breeder. That would be my guess. Oops. Let's grab that real quick. Come back up here. Obviously, because we're going to be needing to power it, I made an additional dimensional transceiver. So we'll come down here real quick. Jump down here. Break that guy. Ooh, okay, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Can it accept power from the top? Let us see. Let us see. Receive power from main base. There we go. There we go. I will, however, have to get some more torches down here. Yeah. That's kind of funny. It flashes purple, but it's got hearts on the side. So let's grab some wheat and some seeds and see if this guy works the way I think it does. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So the breeder apparently has a pretty short range. From what I can see, it only reaches out to about this block from where it is. And it'll breed anything that's in front of it, so that's nice. But like if a pig or something is standing here, it won't get bred. It has to be in front of it, but not too far in front of it. So I think what's going to happen is I'll set this up to run, but I don't know that it's going to work exceptionally well. I did go through and manually breed all of them because I wanted the repopulation quest achievement, or whatever you want to call it. So we got 2 baby cows, we got a baby chicken, got some baby pigs, baby sheep, some good stuff. But I'm going to let this run and just see how it ends up working out. Maybe we'll come back and we'll take a look at it later in the episode or in another episode. I just don't really understand Manufactory Reloaded. I don't understand this. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I think the next thing I want to take a look at is the charge pad from Mechanism. Now, this has been a quest that's been glitched for us for a little bit now. If we go back into the advanced tech tree, it says that we've already completed it, but we haven't. So I'm going to go ahead and actually craft one up, even though I could technically just claim a reward if I wanted to, which we're probably going to take the basic circuits. Yeah, probably the basic circuits. I have tons of enriched alloy. I can make it pretty quickly. The circuits are definitely the thing that's harder to come by. So to make the charge pad, the most important piece is going to be this energy tablet. So the energy tablet is 2 industrial capacitors, some electrical steel, some basic universal cable, and a basic control circuit. Now, how do we make some of this basic universal cable? So it's just a couple of steel ingots and a piece of redstone. Okay, so that's not too bad. That isn't... Ooh, I didn't want that. I want the steel ingots. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so we got the basic universal cables. Should be able to put them just like this. With this in the middle. This down here. And then I think it's electrical steel on the sides. There we go. There's our energy tablet. So in Mechanism, anytime you have anything that stores some type of energy, you're going to use an energy tablet of some sort. So it's a recipe that I would suggest you familiarize yourself with if you're planning on using Mechanism in whatever pack you have available to you. Everything from generators to the tool to everything in Mechanism, anything that holds energy will use an energy tablet. I promise you. So let's go ahead and craft this up rather quickly. And I think it's just this and this, right? There we go. Okay. So there's our charge pad. There is our charge pad. Now, can I power it by using these guys? That is an excellent question. Okay, I can. So, does it charge my stuff? Okay, it does. Look at that. It's charging up each of my different pieces back up. It's charging up all of our tools and everything. That's really convenient. I like that. Oh, it also has a lighting effect, so like you step on it, it lights up. That's pretty nifty. That's pretty nifty. Ooh, you know what might be a really good use of this? That would require us making another one of these dimensional transceivers, though. Well, let's take a look at it. I want to see if it works the way I think it does. So we'll pick this up real quick, and we'll just take this resonant energy cell because it's completely full on power. So we'll come down to our mob spawner room. Now, in addition to food being one of the resources we tend to run low on when we're down here, we put that there, and then we turn this to being able to charge an item, and then we put that there. So look at this, right? Now our sword just stays... What hit me? Oh, come on. Oh, this step assist sometimes just drives me absolutely bonkers. Is it this one? Yeah, okay, so it's the shoes that give me step assist. So I can just sit here and wail away on all of these guys. This is probably really loud. That is probably really loud. Let us go into sounds and music. Where's the hostile creatures? We'll turn those guys down to 25 along with everything else. Here we go, back to game. That's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. Yeah, so this will keep our sword completely charged up so we don't have to worry about really doing any damage to our tools while we're down here doing this. This is a pretty nice setup, I gotta say. Although it doesn't want to give me that could be a problem. What if I break this? Yeah, see, I am not getting some of the experience from it. So if we break that, we put this resonant energy cell there. We break the charge pad. We put the charge pad there. And we can just do this. Alright, so this is working a lot better. It's allowing us to get our experience as well as our drops. So yeah, look at that, guys. Look at that. This is a nice little thing. We are going to have to make a, whatchamacallit, a dimensional transceiver in order to power that guy. But that's pretty cool. I like that setup. I'm pretty happy about that. I am pretty happy about that. So I got one other thing that I want to do as far as crafting is concerned before we are done for today. And let's go ahead and put our food in here so it doesn't go bad. So we got one more thing for crafting that I want to do today, and there's a siren going on outside. Sorry about that. I don't know if that picked up on the microphone or not. My microphone seems to be a little bit more sensitive than I originally thought it was going to be. But that's okay. That just means it's a pretty good mic. I'm pretty happy with it. I do know that sometimes the audio gets a little bit staticky from my computer fan blowing on it. I am playing on a laptop, so it's not an ideal setup, but it's functional for what I have available to me right now. And as the channel grows and as I grow as a YouTuber, I plan on definitely expanding what I have available to me. But next things next, I want to make a wireless charger. And now there's two reasons I want to make this. The first thing is it'll give me wireless power to all of my stuff anywhere in the base just by being close enough to it. I do not know, though, how much of an area it is. But it's pretty straightforward. All it is an octadic capacitor, which we've crafted up a couple of those, and an ender resonator, which we've crafted up those before. And you just wrap it in electrical steel. So I went ahead and I grabbed all the materials for this, or crafted them up. That way we can do this real quick. There we go. So can I stick this here? I can. Nifty. So something is taking power. All my stuff should be completely repaired, so I don't know what is taking the power from this. But something is definitely... Oh, it's recharging my flux capacitor. This works across mods. That's really nice. Oh, wow. That's actually charging it pretty quickly, too. Okay. That's a lot better than I thought it was. Wireless charger, guys. Look into it. If it's in your mod pack, definitely take a look. That is really nifty. I'm quite happy with that. So this will automatically charge all of the stuff in our inventory. But the other thing that you can do with this is we can make these wireless powered lights from Ender IO, and they light up large areas when supplied with power and our redstone signal. and you can receive power from a wireless charger. So with this guy here, right? It's a little low now. So with this guy here, we should be able to set up some type of infrastructure where we have like cables running through the roof. Oops, sorry. Some cables running through the roof, and then we can have like a light switch right here, and have these be like painted conduit facades and a insulated redstone cable going up to here, and then having like a light source here, and it would shine light over this entire area, which means we could get rid of these torches. Because the torches kind of ruin the atmosphere that I'm trying to go for. I mean, I definitely need to do some more base building anyways, because it's not great. It just isn't. It's something I need to work on. I really like the animal room downstairs. Like, I think that's probably my favorite room that I've built so far. But if we can get these powered lights working, then that means we can essentially not have to run power conduit. We'd only have to run the insulated redstone conduit, which is a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. Is this charging back up yet? Nah, it's not. Okay, so let's take a look at how to craft one of these. So you need a powered light and an ender resonator. Ooh, we're going to need a lot of ender resonators for this. I hadn't realized that. And to craft one of these is an industrial capacitor, 4 silicon, some glowstone dust, and some fused quartz. Now, the fused quartz is a little expensive, but everything else isn't terrible. I did craft up 2 stacks of industrial capacitors earlier today because I was running low on them, and I seem to use them in a lot of things. So why don't we go ahead and craft one of these guys up. Alright, so I think I managed to gather up all the materials to make one of these powered lights. So the fused quartz should go across the top, then there should be glowstone dust here, industrial capacitor here, silicon. Okay, there we go. We got a powered light. And then in order to make it wireless, we need an ender resonator crafted with it, and there we go. Take a look at that, guys. Take a look at that. So if I put this right here in the center of the room. Oh, I need a... I forgot I needed a lever. Or a button. Well, I need a lever, actually. Definitely need a lever. Buttons would not hold the redstone signal. It only pulses. So we'll put that here. Oh my goodness, look at that. I think I can actually get rid of all of these torches from just that one light. Holy cow. That is bright. That is bright, guys. I like it. I might do 2 just because I think it'll look better instead of having one right smack dab in the middle. But even still, I think that's pretty cool looking, guys. What do you guys think? Do you like the light, or do you like the torches better? F7. Oh, there is a couple of spawnable spots. So there's one spawnable spot there, another one there. Another one here, another one there. Yeah, so we're definitely going to need 2. One right about here, probably. And then another one probably right about here, I would say. I think that would be about evenly spaced. But, I don't know, man. That light is really bright. And I think that is really cool. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I definitely like that. I like that a lot. I might replace the redstone lamps in our mob spawner with these, because that is so much brighter. Alright. I like it. We'll turn this back off for now. We'll put the torches back up. That way we can not have mob spawning. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys like that? I mean, I do, personally. I think it looks really cool. I think it looks really good. And, why are you now suddenly having issues? Nope. Okay. Where did I place a torch that I wasn't supposed to place? Maybe this one? There? There we go. Okay. There we go. All the spawnable spaces have been removed, right? Yes. Beautiful. So definitely I'm going to craft up more of these, although I gotta tell you, adding the Ender Resonator to that recipe makes it a little bit on the pricey side because of the vibrant alloy. And actually, the light in and of itself using fused quartz is pretty expensive anyways. But I think it's worth it. I think it gives you a better atmosphere. I think that it looks more like a light that you would see in an actual functional base, seeing how we are trying to turn this into like a seed factory or something like that for like a bunker specifically for people to come back to in order to restart the population of the planet and stuff like that. But I'd love to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment, leave a message, leave a like if you like it. I mean, I like it, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to know if you guys like it. I did one other thing I wanted to show you guys real quick. So I took all of our resonant energy cells that we got in the last episode, and I stacked them all up. And so what it does is it feeds from right to left and from bottom to top. So this would be the last energy cell to run out of power. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll probably run a conduit through conduit facades through here, down here to the ME system, and then I'll have the ME system be charged from this capacitor bank wall. And if we should find more resonant energy cells, we'll add them in here. And yeah, I got this dimensional transceiver powering the whole thing. But I think we're going to be done for today. I think next episode what I want to do is I might want to take a look at bees. I do like the bees. And we're definitely going to need to get into bees sooner rather than later, because we're going to need to get to the point where we have Yellorium bees. There's only so much uranium ore on the server, and there's only so much time that I can spend mining it. So I think the best way would be to have some type of passive production of the uranium, which the only way I can find in this mod pack is through the use of bees, specifically the Yellorium bees making Yellorium grains. And I gotta tell you, it's not a really good chance of it happening, but if we can get the Gendustry systems hooked up, it actually goes pretty quickly. So yeah, I think next time is going to be bees and an ME system. The basic ME system. Basic. I do stress that. There will be no auto-crafting, no anything fancy. But I hope you guys liked today's episode. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't, then feel free to leave a comment telling me what you think you could do better. Any and all feedback is really welcomed. It's how I know I'm doing well or not doing well. I do want you guys to have a voice as far as the channel is concerned. I mean, ultimately, I will have the final decision, just like every content creator here on YouTube does. But I think you guys probably have some really amazing ideas out there, and I would love to hear them. So please feel free to leave a comment. I hope to see you guys in the next episode, and until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.